Jim, one of the areas that you're very interested in is the concept of self-organizing teams.
Yeah, and this isn't just teams in the Scrum team sense, but it's also guilds or groups of people. I worked with a lot of release train engineers, for example, and kind of observed that when we had communities of practice or we had trainings where there were interactive exercises, a lot of times they waited to be told what to do, or they would say, here's my idea, and assume that somebody else is going to write the sticky and put it up on a wall. And so I worked really hard at developing some practices around self-organization where people are all contributing together on things and not relying on scrum masters or leaders or whatever to tell them what to do or to take notes or to document things. One of the really interesting experiences in my career, I always think back to this, was uh, there was a couple of teams that I was working with that were doing a port of some software, and they had identified 70 or 80 stories that they would have to do this port, and we wanted to do some sizing of all those stories. And if you do one at a time, this could take days. But my goal was to get it done in a couple of hours.
Mm.
So we did a big affinity map on the board, and it was me up at the board, and a dozen people staring at me with their laptops in front of them. And I realized, okay, this is going to go a lot faster if we self-organize. It's going to be more chaotic, it's going to be noisier, but we're going to get it done faster. So I asked somebody to come up. I said, okay, why don't you compare these two stories here? Which one's bigger, which one's less, and just move them on this spectrum. And then how about somebody else? Somebody else compare these three over here. And what about the ones that you just compared? And pretty soon, like within 10 minutes, everybody was up at the board and they were all talking and they were all, asking questions about what's the scope of this and what's the scope of that and moving things around. And it was a beautiful example of emergent self-organization, and it got everything done in a couple hours. And so the team learned, they exercised that muscle of self-organization and not, relying on, whoever's facilitating a meeting to do it all. And it helped them going forward. They self-organized better in their planning sessions, for example, going forward. It is.
And great example on your part of getting people up on the board and fully engaged, fully present, fully engaged. And good of you as a coach to not feel like you have to be in the spotlight. And it's about them, it's not about us.
Right.
Excellent.